All right, so I know that I'm live and you probably cannot hear me, but I'm trying a new countdown timer. And so say hi, and where you're tuning in from. And a countdown timer. So can you actually hear me, Suzanne Brown? And I haven't used a countdown timer before, and so it's I'm getting started with my weekly Wednesday chat in just a couple minutes. And hello, Jean. It's great to see you. And so, okay, I'm glad that you can actually hear me. I didn't know whether the sound would work while I'm in this countdown mode. And I am excited to be here. I am experimenting with new things. And I'm also super curious as to whether or not I am going to be able to see you guys. If some of you guys join me actually from my YouTube channel. And so, wonderful. Hello, Shelly. I can see that you're joining from YouTube because I can see that there's a little insignia on there that tells me that I'm live over there too. Hold on a second. I can say hello. Hello, hello, Shelly. It's great to see you. And Elizabeth is here as well. I love your new avatar, Elizabeth. It looks fantastic. And Cynthia is here from Florida. And Suzanne Brown, I love your beautiful emoji. That's beautiful. I love it. Very nicely done. Looks like that's some art that you created yourself. And then Tara Lee's here. Great. Yes, I'm using a countdown timer. We're going to get started in a little bit, right around 2 minutes. Hello, Dana Ray. It's great to see you here as well. And you are Gloucester, Mass. In Gloucester, Mass, Suzanne, that's awesome. So I have relatives who are in Lawrence, Mass. My mom was born in Lawrence, Mass, and I don't know how far away you are from there. And my older sister lives in Amherst, Mass. So lots of people. And I can hear you great on YouTube. Awesome. That's fantastic. I'm so excited that you guys are joining me here live. So in a minute, the countdown timer is going to go away. Hello, Shirley. It's great to see you. And Shirley's coming to us from the UK. So in a minute and a half or so, the countdown timer is going to stop. And then I am going to actually dive into today's topic. So welcome to my weekly Wednesday chat, and I've just learned how to use this countdown timer. And so you guys know one of my hashtags is We Can Do Hard Things, and I cannot wait to see all of you. This allows you to what this countdown timer allows you to do is you get a notification that I'm about to go live, so it gives you a couple of minutes to join me. And so I'm very, very excited about it. And so and there's Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. It's great to see you. It's great to see you. I welcome you to my weekly Wednesday chat. I'm using a new countdown timer, which I've never used before. And it's great to see you. It's great to see you. All right, there's all of this technology is constantly evolving, and one of the things that's so amazing is that we can do hard things, right? We can totally do hard things. We can learn how to do new things, and I think it's very helpful that we have the countdown timer. I'm glad to hear that the countdown timer is helpful so that you know when I'm actually going to get started. And hello, Pauline Riley. So Pauline Riley is joining us from Wales over in the UK. And here's Amy Carson Brown. It's great to see you as well. And Janelle, you're arriving just on time. We're down to the final countdown. And we're going to get started in one. Here we go. So welcome everyone to my weekly Wednesday chat. I have been having so much fun recently because I am learning how to do all of these new things. And the first thing that I learned last week was how to actually live stream to two places at the same time. And so I'm both talking to you here on my Facebook page, and I'm also talking to you on my YouTube channel. And what's wonderful is in the comments, there's the little icon. There's the blue icon for Facebook, and there's the red icon for YouTube. And so I can tell that I have people who are here from both places. And so hello, Shelly. It's great to see you. So the other thing that's really fun is that, so I learned how to do that last week. And then this week I decided to push myself even further, and I learned how to add the countdown timer. Hello, Annie McCormick. It's wonderful to see you. And so, what do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you like the countdown timer. Did you like the countdown timer? It's kind of fun. It gives you a notification on your phone that I am going to be going live. And we can do hard things, right? That's one of my hashtags. It's like hashtag we can do hard things. All right. So without any further ado, now that it is actually 12:01, today we're going to talk about workshops. And you guys know I've been doing this whole series about, for the last month, I've been doing this whole series on surface design and how you can make money at surface design, all of the different ways that you can make money as a surface designer. And I always like to remind everybody, because many people watch the replay and may not know what surface design is. Surface design is essentially any design that you create that you then decide to put either on a piece of fabric like this, or you can turn it into a design that goes on the back of your iPhone case. This is my iPhone case. Or you can put it on a mug. You can put it on anything. Surface design means those two words. It's a design that goes on any surface to make that surface more beautiful. And many of us have never heard that term, surface design or surface pattern design. Surface pattern design just means that you're creating what's called a repeating pattern. So it means that the pattern itself repeats endlessly from top to bottom and left to right. And so these are some of my new, from my new pattern collection. And surface design is an incredible industry because once you know what it is, you see patterns everywhere. The carpet under your feet, wallpaper that you might have in a room in your house, the dress you're wearing could have a repeating pattern on it, or maybe it just has some illustrations. The notebook that you carry around with you or you journal in every single morning probably has either a graphic or an illustration or something that is a surface design. Sometimes it's repeating and sometimes it's not. And so what's really wonderful about it is that there's so many ways that you can, right? There's so many different ways that you can get your artwork out into the world. And it's not all about making money. You can definitely make money. There are many different ways to make money. And so I'm going to dive into workshops as one example, but it doesn't have to be about that. It can be about how you want to share your artwork with the world in these different ways that you're able to do in today's world. And so the first thing that I want to do is I want to say hello to the Harraden D Valley Rotary. And I'm so excited that Pauline Riley, who's my community manager, who is also the president of the Rotary Club there, is joining us from there as well, from YouTube. That's awesome. Pauline, that's fantastic. Thank you for letting me know. So let's talk workshops. And let me know as I go through this if you have any questions at all. So the reason I wanted to talk about workshops is because many of you may have pre-COVID done workshops in your creative studio or in a creative space or in your library. You might have gone to an in-person workshop where someone was teaching watercolor at your local library. And you might have also gone to the community college to take some in-person workshops, right? Some in-person art workshops. And a lot of that had to stop during COVID. And luckily, things are kind of starting to move back into normality so we can go do those things again. However, during the 2-year kind of hiatus, it was a great opportunity for you to learn how to do an online workshop like I'm broadcasting right now, right? To reach more people across the world so that you, just like I am right now, could be talking to people who are in the UK, who are in Wales, who are in Spain, who are down the street from me or up in Northern California or down in Southern California or in other parts of the United States. And so this online world allows us to have broader reach and to get our message out more broadly, and also to then teach or share the passions that we have. And one of the passions that I have is surface design. And so I want to get my message out about how much fun surface design is to learn how to do. And then also all of the different ways that you then can put your art on products and share it out into the world. So in my blog this week, so tell me in the comments, give me a thumbs up, or if you actually read my blog, and I can put the link to it in the comments. You just go to AnneLaFolletteArt.com/blog, but I'll write it in here. It's AnneLaFolletteArt.com/blog. And you can go read it. And the great thing about workshops is that you can do them in person still, which is wonderful, because a lot of us actually love the personal connection that we can have when we invite people into our studio space. But there are a couple of things that you have to be aware of. One is you have to be aware of safety. Two is you might have a limited number of people that you can fit in your space. And C, you can only have people who can, drive or walk to you, right? So an in-person event has wonderful, everything in life has pros and cons, right? There are pros and cons to everything. So in person, the pros are you're meeting people in person, you getting to know them better, you're having that personal connection, and you're able to potentially have them come again and again and again. The cons are it's limited. Your space might be limited. The number of people in your local area who are interested might be limited. You also have to be careful about safety measures, especially in today's world. And as a result, your reach is somewhat limited, right, by your geographic area. Now, if you think about it from an online perspective, where you're teaching online, and there's incredible technology today that allows you to share your screen. You guys have seen me do that a lot, and I'm going to do it in a second to show you my website and how to navigate to my website to go to the blog. If you missed some of the prior episodes in this series about how to craft a career you love in surface design. But the great thing about an online workshop is, of course, now the pros are your reach. Right? The pros are you can have so much of a broader reach. You can get people from across the world to find you and come and participate and enjoy what they're actually experiencing with you. The other thing is it still provides you with an opportunity to share your passion and to make connections with them and to stay connected with them over time. You're just doing it differently, right? You're doing it through this virtual connection as opposed to a physical in-person connection. And it also allows you to put together a little packages of products that you can still sell them, physical products that you can sell them. So one of the things I like to talk about in this whole category of surface design is if you love to create artwork and then you want to put your artwork on real products, you can then have a little giftable area in your physical space when you're doing an in-person event. And then you can also have an online shop. And the online shop will allow people to go find your online shop. You'll give them the link to go to your online shop, and then they can purchase products from you online that will then get shipped to them, right? And so isn't that so? It's fantastic. It's just both of them have amazing advantages and create opportunities for you. And so thank you, Jeanette, for the comment on my cute peacock. So it could be a peacock. I actually think it's an ostrich, but I'm totally fine with peacock as well. And she has a hat. She's kind of a French ostrich. And I did that in watercolor and graphite. It's in watercolor and graphite. And the paper that it's on is actually Yupo paper. And Yupo paper is really fun because when you use watercolor on Yupo paper, it spreads in a really, really interesting way. And part of the beauty of watercolor is that you can't really control it. And so the way I created it, hello, Cynthia, it's great to see you. And I want to say hi to Lurleen as well. It's great to see you too. The fun way to create a peacock like this is that you actually, the way I made it is I actually created the blob. I created kind of the blob of the body first. And then I created the neck. And then the legs are actually all in, the legs are all in graphite paper. Graphite pencil. And hello, Nancy Myers. It's great to see you. And it's great to see Denise Chavez here as well. Thank you so much for your lovely comment in Anne's Art Club earlier this week. I so appreciate it. And so for those of you guys who just joined, you missed the countdown timer. And so you'll have to go watch the replay so you can see the countdown timer at the beginning of the broadcast. But one of the things that is also amazing about modern technology, and so I want to share my screen with you so that I can show you a little my updated website. And I just did a quick website refresh. So I'm just going to show it to you, and then we'll wrap up if you guys don't have any questions for me about workshops and how you might use a workshop yourself, and whether you're curious about trying an online workshop as opposed to an in-person workshop. So let me know in the comments while I give you a little tour of my new website and how to find my blog. So you can also catch up on what we've covered in the past around surface design and how to create a really, really beautiful career in surface design. And okay, cool. So Lurleen said, I love the countdown timer. It lets you know that you're in the right place, even if you've arrived early. Exactly, Lurleen. And so I am totally with you on that. And I want to give everybody an opportunity to to find me more easily, right? Because I come live every single Wednesday at noon Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. on the East Coast. And now I'm so excited that you're going to be able to find me more easily and watch the countdown timer. All right. So what I want to do is share my screen, which is one of these great things about modern technology, is that I can share my screen with you. And so now I'm still on screen in a little teeny corner, right? You can still see me down in the corner. However, what you're now seeing on screen is my website. And so if you haven't checked out my website in the past, I want you to go check it out. And so it's LaFolletteArt.com. And we just updated it with one of the brand new pictures from my most recent photo shoot. But basically, I'm in my studio where you're seeing me right now. And when you scroll down, this is where you can get started in surface design by joining from Doodles to Dollars. So the enrollment button is right there for you. And then if I scroll down a little bit further, you can see my other offerings. And these are some of my new designs for my brand new fabric collection. And then I have some new fabulous testimonials. Here's my weekly Wednesday chat that you're watching right now. And then here's also where you can follow me on Instagram. So my blog is right here. Right, so my blog is right here. You can click on blog, and when you click on blog, you can then scroll down. And so today's topic is online workshops. I talked for a couple weeks about my brilliant friend Bonnie Christine, who was offering a free surface design workshop. And then if you scroll down further, I don't want you to miss these topics, right? We talked about licensing at the beginning of January. Then we talked about the unboxing experience and how fun it is for you to actually send people physical products with your designs on them. And then we also talked about selling in your sleep. And what is selling in your sleep and how does it work? So let me come back on screen because I see some of your questions popping up in the comments. And so now let me go back to them, which is awesome. And so Pauline Riley says, I think online workshops are a great idea. I've shared some little demos in my lives too. Yes, so Pauline is live on Tuesdays, and she's live from Wales in the UK, because you can go live from wherever you happen to be. All you need is a computer and a microphone, although you can use the built-in microphone if you want, that's on your laptop or your computer, and you just need an internet connection, right? And so it's really, really fantastic. And then Amy Carson Brown says, so you like using Zoom for online workshops or eCam? So I use eCam more often than Zoom, but you absolutely can use Zoom as well. So here are two kind of things to be aware of around these different technologies. And of course, like everything, there are pros and cons to all of them. But the reason that I like eCam is because eCam allows me to talk to you and interact with you in the comments. And it also allows me to actually bring you on screen. When I send you a little link, I can send you a little, what's called an eCam interview link. And then you can actually come on live with me and talk to me like right now. And so it allows me to have interaction with people, but not everyone is on at the same time. It allows me to share my screen. I can go back and forth between doing a demo. So frequently in my programs, I'm demonstrating how to do something in Adobe Illustrator. And so I share my screen, and instead of going to my website that I just showed you, I would go into Adobe Illustrator, and then I would show you step by step by step how I'm building a pattern inside Adobe Illustrator, or how I'm troubleshooting something that you're struggling with if you're stuck and you need some help. And so eCam allows me to have that amazing connection. I can bring you on live to talk to you and answer your questions and have a little interaction, but not everyone is on at the same time. So Zoom is a little different, right? So Zoom, depending on how you have Zoom set up, generally means that everyone who's participating is on, you can see them on screen. They're all lined up in a little box, right? They're all lined up if they have their cameras on, so you can see everybody. You have to make sure that you've set your settings or that you're familiar with how to mute everyone so there's no unnecessary background noise. And then the great thing is that you can go like one by one and unmute people and have them ask a question, or you can interact if they have questions on what you're demonstrating. And Zoom also allows you to share your screen. And so it allows they both are quite similar in that regard. It's just that eCam lets you do it more on who do I want to bring on to talk to, as opposed to Zoom really allows everyone to interact at the same time. So you have to a little bit more practice in terms of muting and unmuting and muting and unmuting people so that it doesn't become too chaotic, right? And so it's just something to get used to if you want to do workshops with Zoom. Great question. And so then Jean said, what advice would you give someone who is shy about being on screen? Also, can you have a successful workshop online without being on screen? So you can. So the first thing is if you're shy about being on screen, now you guys, every time I tell you that I am an introvert, you guys all say, no, you can't possibly be an introvert. But I am an introvert, and I am actually very shy. And so one of the great things about this online kind of setup is that I still feel very safe, right? I feel personally safe. I feel like you guys, of course, are all safe because you're all coming to me from your homes. It's not overwhelming in terms of I'm not in a crowd. I'm not like in a physical crowd of lots of people. There are about 25 of you online with me right now. So if we were in a room, it could feel a little overwhelming with like 25 people trying to vie for my attention or trying to answer 25 questions that might be coming at me at the same time. And so this type of environment where I can control more of going through your questions one by one, bringing them on screen so we can talk a little bit about it, actually really helps with that, I think, with that comfort level. But like anything, you get more comfortable with practice. Right? You get more comfortable with practice. And so, Jean, if you went back if you go to my Facebook page that you're on right now, and then after this broadcast, if you go to the video section, there's across the top of the page, there's a little tab called videos. If you go to videos and then you scroll way, 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 way back to see like some of my very first videos, you can see I'm kind of nervous and I'm kind of stiff and I'm not that comfortable. But now I've been doing it for 3 years, and so practice makes it so much easier. And then you can totally have a successful online workshop without being on screen. You would just need to, meaning that you would want to say hello at first, and then you could share your screen, and the balance of the workshop could be you're not on screen, you're demonstrating what you want to be demonstrating. And what you're demonstrating could be, if you're teaching something, it could be that you're showing them a series of slides. It could be a slide presentation. So that's a great question, really great question. So Annie McCormick asks, do you have any suggestions of the best online tutorials for learning to teach an art class? So well, Annie, you're in my community, and so you can use my courses as a model, right? You can, and it depends on whether you mean sort of technically, or if you mean, how should I make sure that when I'm painting that my hand's not physically in the camera, in the way of the camera, so people can see what I'm doing. So tell me, let me do a little follow-up in the comments, because you're in my program, so you could totally you could model your teaching of an art class the way, using mine as a model, right? And kind of follow a similar kind of guide. Or if you're more interested in, if your question is more specifically, how do I make sure that when I'm actually demonstrating that my hand's not in the way, let me know if that's something that you wanted to get some more tips around. So Jeanette says, should a person do workshops while they are still in development and don't have any products to sell? Yes, absolutely. So Jeanette, I'm so glad you asked. So one of the most important things that I think we all need to hear periodically is the most important thing is to get started, right? The most important thing is to get started. And so you absolutely can do a workshop while you're creating products to sell. And then eventually you can say, guess what? I have a really, really fun announcement. I now have products to sell. So let me talk to you about them. Right? And it gives you something new to talk about. It gives you another reason for people to come to your workshop. It's like, hello, guess what? I have a really I've got exciting new news. And that's a wonderful way for you to create the next level of engagement with your audience. But don't wait, because things are never perfect, right? And this is good for Annie McCormick also. Things are never perfect. You have to get started. And the best way to learn how to teach an art class, the best way to learn is get started yourself and then see what people say and listen to their feedback and take their feedback on board and ask them, how did that go? How else might you like me to do this? Get feedback from your community, from your audience, and they will give you the best advice possible about how to make what it is that you're doing better. And I listen to my audience all the time. I am constantly asking you, like, how else can I make this better? Are my cheat sheets detailed enough? What else can I be providing to make sure that you have to make sure that you actually have everything that you need to be successful so that you make progress, right? And so Doodles to Dollars is a great way to get started. It is totally a great way to get started. And so if any of you guys haven't taken Doodles, you should absolutely go and sign up for it. You can take it. It's available all the time now. Okay. And so Cynthia says, what company did you use for your website so you can add all the other sites? So any website provider that you use will allow you to have links to your other sites. And I think you're asking, Cynthia, about print-on-demand sites and having links to other places where people can find your artwork and buy your artwork. And so I use Squarespace, and Squarespace has the ability for you to put, you can put a graphic that is clickable. I think you guys have seen Pauline Riley's website, which is Pauline Riley Art and Design. You can go check out her website, and she has links on her beautiful website to all of the other places where you can purchase her art and purchase her products. And she's in the UK, and she's using a website designer or a website platform that I've never even heard of. So you can use any of them. The most important thing about your website is to make sure you keep your website really, really clean. It only has to be one page, and that you want to get started. Right? It's the same message that I was just actually talking about, where just get started. And your website is always a work in progress, right? It's always a work in progress. And but you want to get it up and running. That's the most important thing. All right. So let's see. And then, so so this is a great question from Jean saying, did you create from Doodles to Dollars and your Academy program using Kajabi? I would love a simple step-by-step class on how to create an online workshop course. Fantastic. And so, Jean, I don't know if you currently are using Kajabi, but make sure that if you're interested in exploring it, that you come through me, because I'm an affiliate for Kajabi, because of course I use Kajabi for my courses. From Doodles to Dollars is on Kajabi, and so is my Pattern Design Academy program, and currently so is my Atelier, my monthly membership. And so when you purchase and enroll in Kajabi through me, I give you 2 coaching sessions. So I want to make sure that you come through me if you decide that you want to try it out. And they provide a step-by-step class. And then I also give you 2 coaching calls so that I can help you get set up and know exactly how to navigate inside that fantastic program. And Kajabi is very user-friendly. Yes, Kajabi is very user-friendly. And okay, fantastic. All right, so the other fun thing that I can tell you today before I let you go is I am going to be leaving right after this broadcast ends. I'm going to wrap up in another minute or two. But I'm going to go meet Tosh Priestess. And so many of you know Natasha. So Natasha, she's actually one of the testimonials on my website because I just refreshed my website. And she's lives in, listen to this. So Tosh lives in Alaska. She lives in Alaska. And she's coming down to have a girlfriend's weekend, right? A girlfriend's like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think. 5-day kind of girls' weekend down in the Napa Valley in Northern California. And so I am going to get in my car right after I stop broadcasting and I'm going to drive up there. It takes about 90 minutes for me to get up there. And she and I are going to meet in person. And so I am so excited because she normally is in Alaska. I've never been to Alaska. I don't actually have any plans to go to Alaska. And so this is another incredible opportunity for her. She's coming down to what's called the lower 48. And she's not going to be so far away from me. And so we are going to have a cup of coffee together or tea or just take a walk or something. And so I will take pictures, right? I will totally take pictures. I'll share my pictures with you when I'm back. And so make sure that if any of you guys are in Northern California, you have to give me a heads up so that I can come find you wherever you are, right? It's going to be so fun to meet in person. And, right? And so it's so fun to meet virtual friends in person. It is super fun to meet virtual friends in person. And, and so Denise said the same thing, how fun to meet in person. I'm so excited about it. Super, super excited about it. And so what I will do just as a last thing is, hold on a second. Let me see if I can grab my Kajabi affiliate link and put it in see if I can put it into the comments and put the link into, let's see if I can view my link. I can copy the link. And then let me see if I can drop the link in here. Don't know if I can drop the link in there. I probably can copy it and I'll drop it in here for Jean and anyone else who would like to do this, who would like to explore Kajabi, because Kajabi is the platform that I use. And hold on one second. Let me get myself organized here, and then I will let you guys go, because I see that you don't have any other questions for me. And so I will just drop this into the comments, and I'll make sure that Jean sees it, right? And here's my Kajabi affiliate link. And as I mentioned, you get 2 coaching sessions with me if you decide to, if you decide to join Kajabi through me, right? Okay, cool. I see that it's working. I see that I can see it actually on screen in the comments. And so I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day. I am going to go drive up to Northern Cal, a little bit farther north to go see Tosh. I will make sure that I don't forget to take pictures. And you guys know that I always like to say in closing that I am Anne LaFollette, and it's never too late to create. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week.